UFC 169 was a long night with a lot of decisions in a row to start it off, and the first of those was Neil Magny versus Ghassan Umalatov at welterweight, and Ghassan Umalatov lost this bout when Neil Magny got the judges to score it 29-28 and 30-27 times 2. That may have been a surprise to some since Umalatov was considered a prospect, but he did not deliver here. However, fellow Russian Rashid Magomedov did much better. He got a 29-28 unanimous decision in a lightweight battle with Tony Martin. Then in our next decision, of many to come, Clint Hester and Andy Enns fought at middleweight, and Hester dominated him for the entire fight but couldn't finish him, and the crowd was booing by the end. 30-27 times 2 and 30-26. Kevin Lee and Al Iaquinta was bonused at the end, but not because of a finish. This was another decision. 29-28 times 2 and 28-27, all for Iaquinta. That's one of the weirder scores you'll see, but doesn't matter. Al Iaquinta takes the judges' scorecards from all three. Tom Kong Watson and Nick Catone. Guess what? Another decision. This one was a split decision, though. 29-28 Watson, and Catone got a 29-28 and a 30-27. But honestly, this was a terrible fight. Catone just took him down and didn't do much of anything, and standing Watson couldn't do much of anything. The fans were just all over this by the second round, and they got louder in the third. They just hated this fight. Danny Martinez and Chris Carriazo at flyweight. Guess what? Another decision! All three judges scored at 29-28 for Carriazo. I felt that was the right score. I thought Martinez got the first round. He out-wrestled him. But Carriazo just dominated in the second and third, so he carries the fight and he gets the decision. The main event of Fox Sports 1 was Alan Patrick, a highly touted Brazilian fighter, versus John Makdessi, the Bull, as he's known, but he was not able to bull Alan Patrick around the cage because Patrick got 29-28 times 2 and 30-27. Fans were not happy with this fight either. They were booing the third round like crazy. Makdessi just couldn't do much of anything, and Patrick was a little bit better than him in the first and the third round, but not enough so that he ever really destroyed Makdessi or did enough damage to really change the momentum of the fight. He got some takedowns, he got a head kick once in a while, but it wasn't dominant. It wasn't exciting either. Abel Trujillo came out and saved the show by having a slugfest with Jamie Varner. It was a good first round. It was a crazy second round. Varner nearly had him finished. I mean, he was on his way to going down to defeat, and he threw one right hook, one beautiful right hook that knocked Jamie Varner out cold. Trujillo was almost finished, but Varner was finished. So this was a great fight. 2:32 of the first round for your winner by knockout, Abel Killa Trujillo. Ali Bagatinov and John Lineker went the distance. Bagatinov took the first round, Lineker took the second, so it was all down to the third, and Bagatinov realized that and just took Lineker down repeatedly and controlled him on the ground. 29-28 across the board for Bagatinov. You might not have expected Alistair Overeem and Frank Mir to go to a decision, but Overeem was being cautious and trying not to gas out, so he fought a very smart technical fight. And by the third round, when he had him down on the ground and was busting his face up, it was pretty clear he was going to win. But nevertheless, it went to decision, and all three judges scored at 30-27 for Overeem. After which, he said if Brock Lesnar comes back to the UFC, he'll be waiting. Jose Aldo and Ricardo Lamas went the distance, and the only round Lamas won was the fifth, which was reflected by the judges' scorecards, all 49-46 per Jose Aldo to retain the featherweight title. Rogan kept throwing out the theory that Lamas would take advantage of Aldo when he gassed late, and Mark Hominick did something similar, but he didn't win the fight, and Lamas didn't win it either. You can't wait for Aldo to get tired in the fifth round and then pray and roll the dice and hope you can work it out. It doesn't happen. Renan Barao and Uriah Faber had a battle with Barao defending his newly minted, undisputed bantamweight title now that Dominic Cruz is out of the picture. And Faber was getting rocked on the feet. He got caught with some nasty rights. He went down, he got up, he went down again. He was getting hammer-fisted, and Herb Dean asked him to show a sign that he was doing okay, and he tried to give Herb Dean a thumbs up, but Dean still waved off the fight. Faber was protesting initially, but afterwards said that Herb Dean was a good official and made the right call and was doing his job, so he wasn't upset about it, but you could tell he was crestfallen because he really thought he could survive the ground assault, and he was trained to cover up and not get rocked by Barao, so maybe he could have, maybe he couldn't, but he got knocked down enough times that the stoppage was not unjust in my mind. 3:42 of round 1, Barao retains the bantamweight title.